What's up, guys? Got a present for you. It's Spoot from Fort Misery Gaming. Longtime friend of the channel, Aria, has decided to get us into some early access for Rune Strike. It is a collectible card game played in the vein of Hearthstone. It is pretty brand new, and it is in early access. The devs are pretty rapidly changing things. They've already gone through a couple pretty big patches. So we'll go through real quick, show you how the game is played, and then we'll kind of go over some of the options. So let's show you sort of how things are built. So you have decks which are hero-based. Each hero can have one of three colors. They are primarily two colors, which stand for very specific things. You have, let me pull it up, because I don't actually remember the name for that one. There we go. So the 6 colors in the game are red, which is chaos. Order, which is kind of the shield. You have nature, which is this green plant thing. You have myth, which is this little purple eyeball thing. You have shadow, which is a black moon. And then you have light, which is a sun. They've sort of... So you can kind of look at the colors as Magic the Gathering adjacent. So white has been split into two, kind of its control aspect and its creature-based healing aspect. So they are two different colors. And then you've got your regular, sort of aspects. So like red is your high aggressive, high risk, direct damage, uses a lot of personal resources, that kind of thing. You have nature, which is big butt creatures, self-buffs, stuff like that. There is a little bit of tribal in the game, which is kind of cool. I'll sort of run through some of the cards in a bit to show you. You've got myth, which is the eyeball. This is your regular blue color in Magic, so it's mostly control, spells, things to buff yourself using spells or your creatures, etc. Draw cards, mostly that. Shadow is your big undead, life drain, however many creatures you have in the graveyard, etc. kind of deck. And light is kind of a weird creature-based white that is semi-control-y. So like if you have a creature that can get attacked, and if it doesn't kill it, it pops back into your hand, and every time you play it, it heals you. So there's a lot of little weird stuff, and just to show you some of the cards, because the art's actually pretty cool. Now, the one thing is, pretty much everything in this game is based off of mythology in some form or fashion. Most of it tends to be Greek, but they did just add the expansion that is Egyptian. So that's kind of cool. So these are just sort of like, this one specifically, when you cast a spell, you get an energy, that's your resource per turn to cast. You've got the Mage Apprentice every time you seek, which is draw. So there are a lot of words in here that you're not going to recognize just off the top of your head. So seek just means you draw a card. So every time you draw a card, you gain 2. It's pretty cool. You've got the Mermaid. So when you player, which is Warcry, you draw a rune, which is a card, and you decrease its cost by 1. So sometimes you can get pretty lucky and get some stuff. Dimensional Rift tosses a creature back into its owner's hand, and it costs 1 more. Good for threats that are pretty high drops. You've got gods, which are legendary rarities, which you do have rarities. There's like rare, I think it's uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. So you've got Freya, who is you conjure a minion with flight, give it +1/+2. So conjure just means it creates a token, essentially, or if it's in your deck that has flight. Veil means exactly what you think it does. It can't be targeted by spells or abilities. Rally is exactly what you think it is. Let's click conjure. Oh, it gives you a choice of 3 runes. So you get 3. It's essentially a hunt card, so it creates 3 cards, and you choose between them to figure out which one you want. And most of the colors have kind of like a vague theme. Like, blue is mostly like spells, beasts, and soldiers, but occasionally you'll run into something else. There's like a noble, Almost every color has at least one god. They have a couple of undeads in here, but they're not necessarily... Like, you've got Horus over here, who looks really cool. Then you got a bunch of them. Minerva, Jupiter, Odin. So they do have some Norse mythology in here. A lot of dragons. So let's go back and I'll show you some of the... Is this red? Yeah. So this is red and white, which is the light creatures. So you target minion, it gains Suffer 2. Suffer 2 just means at the beginning of attack phase they lose health. So most of these are exactly what you would imagine. You've got a lot of monsters from mythology. There's a Chimera, there's a Phoenix, stuff like that. So you build a deck out of 24 cards. You can have 2 copies of any card, and I believe 1 of each legendary. I'll have to double check, because I don't think I actually own any. There is a crafting system available, so you can craft all these things. It's pretty much exactly like Hearthstone in that particular manner. You've got your neutral cards that any deck can use. Oh lord. Also, you've got Killer Shark. Big fan of that dude. Do you have any... Oh yeah, I guess Loki's a neutral god. You've got some dragons. You've got Hercules, who is also a 9-cost god in here. Destroy a random enemy legendary minion. That's pretty good, because he's a legend hunter. That's pretty sweet. So each deck has 2 colors out of, you'll see, the 5. And each of these champions are based upon 2 colors and abilities. So each turn you gain a blood, and the blood lets you cast whatever their ability is. So each one is different. So like the first one is choose a friendly minion, restore health equal to its health. The second one is all friendly minions gain 2 health. And then you've got choose a friendly minion, the enemy champion is dealt damage equal to its health. So this is good for big butt creatures that you want to just nuke the enemy champion with. All of these are about what you would expect. So target minion loses 3, you restore 3, stuff like that. So you have 3 abilities that unlock as you start gaining levels in each of the champions. But that's essentially how each deck is built. So you choose a champion that is based on 2 colors, and then you build the deck out of 24 cards total. You got skeletons. That's a big knight thing. Corpse demons. You got a lot of sneaky stuff in here. So let me. I'll play a game just to show you. Yeah, we'll fight Minerva. Why not? She gets 3 colors. So in Hearthstone's sort of build, you don't get instants or responses on the enemy's turn, so all of your energy either has to get played on your turn or it goes away. I kept a not great hand just to sort of show you how it works. So I went first, didn't have anything to play. Yeah, pretty much nothing. So this is your deck. Over here on the right, you've got 20 cards left. They've got 21 because they haven't drawn. Whatever abilities you have are on this side. So this first one costs 3. It deals 3 damage to an enemy and 1 to any adjacent enemies. I haven't unlocked the other 2 yet. And then your hand's down here, and you can sort of see the character information up top for your enemy. So your champion does swing. So they do have an actual power. So like right now we both have 4, and you start with 100 HP unless some heroes have less starting. Like she had 90 and I had 100. So we're going to throw this dude out. Summoning Sickness is a thing unless they have haste, which is speed in this one. Or no, it's Frenzy, I believe. Pit Lion. So throw her in front of him. That way when she dies, which is Barry. And I got some health back. Suck it, nerd. Alright, what do we got? There we go. Did some damage. Oh, damn. Yeah, if they're stunned, you take extra damage, which is not good. You know what? Yeah. So I did 2 damage to him and 1 to all of the minions, which is a pretty good way of getting rid of things. Shit. He gonna die. I messed that up. I still probably have this match unless something changes pretty massively, just because the high-end cards in my deck are significantly better right now. And essentially, we're just kind of waiting on them to show up. Blitz! That's it. So Blitz is haste, so they don't have summoning sickness. So we're just going to throw her up there. He will have to... Oh, no. Lethal does double damage to minions, which was pretty much what they needed to do. That dude's almost unkillable now. Everybody else is having a real bad time. Oh, no! This is not what I expected. Let's make him bigger. Let's do some work. Goodbye. He's got Blitz on, so he's just like the other dude, so we're just going to kind of keep pounding him. I think we have the advantage here. Yeah, we're both playing off the top, but I have a significantly larger board presence. So we're just going to... Not enough blood. Never enough blood. We're just going to swing. So there is no second phase, so when you hit the attack button, everything goes. Now, if you've noticed, creatures attack the things in front of them unless there are things on them like guard, or if there's nothing in front of them, they attack the hero. Now, the one thing I want you to understand is it's very... So when you hit a creature, they do not deal their damage back to you, so it's kind of one-sided combat. So there are certain situations where if you get just enough ahead, you just stay ahead. Because no matter what they play, unless they have a way around it, you just aren't going to get anywhere, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. It is very, very Hearthstone-y in that aspect. So that is how you play the regular game. They do have, like, Path of Glory, which you get... You can unlock seasons, which are things. Your blue crystal is your crafting material. Your red crystal is your free paid currency, so that's how you get champions built. Gold is how you buy packs, and then emeralds is your paid currency. So I've got like a whole ass thing of packs, or a whole ass thing of glory. Our buddy Ari sent us a very large pack pull video that I'm going to be chopping up to show after this, just to kind of give you an idea. I will show you the first. I have an extra pack right here. So it's 6 packs per. Ooh, I got a Gorgon. Is permanently stunned? Damn, that's really good. And then there are color-specific packs. So there's like a light pack, a shadow pack, nature pack, myth pack, etc. So when you open those, they will only be of the color. So right now there are 2 campaigns. You have normal and hard. And then this one is for purchase, or you can spend gold to get it, which is free. You have the arena, which you can do either versus, which you play against another player, or solo, which is where you play against AI-controlled opponents. So this is where you're going to end up getting a lot of your gold. So when you launch in, you have X amount you can do, and you can only lose twice per arena, but the more you win, the more you get. So it's good to build decks that sort of work. Your shop is exactly what you think. They've got like a welcome bundle. They've got, you can get a pack a day, or you can get a pack for 200, or you can buy packs. You've got champions that you can either buy or use the free currency for. Emeralds are for money. The currency, the spending on currency is a little high. Like, it's 1,500, so if you want to buy the expansion, you need, it's like $14, so you would have to spend the 15 to get it, which is not, like I said, it's about Hearthstone prices. I think for the time being, it may turn a couple of people off just because it is a little rough. There are cosmetics. You can change your card backs. Each character has different skins. So, like, for the chick I was just playing, she can be the hero of the Highlands, which doesn't really do anything but change sort of what their character looks like. But they all have, like, updated versions of themselves, which are kind of cool. Your UI is basically the same. You've got a friends list, which you can challenge from. You've got updates in the news. I believe they just updated to 1.01. They have 6 languages, a bunch of stuff. A lot of, like, there's a lot of notes. Like, there's a lot of stuff that just got changed. So, like, keep an eye on those. They're pretty good. It's pretty basic. So, it's from Making Fun. It just came out this year. They have a Discord that's pretty active. You've got a bunch of stuff you can report. Privacy policy, all sorts of stuff. You do get... where was it? So, it tells you sort of, like... You can change your icons, do all your stuff. You have an ID, you have a max rank, max ascension, so what you have achieved so far. So you can get notifications for like arena updates or when quests come out. So they are updating pretty actively, which is good. I am definitely not mad about it. But yeah, you should give it a try. It is Rune Strike on the Play and iOS. You can also get it for PC and Mac, I believe. Their website's pretty cool looking, too. They give you a cute little sort of showcase of what some of the cards look like and everything. So that's it. That's Rune Strike. So much like other CCGs, like eventually you may have to spend money to build the decks you want. Otherwise, you are sort of at the mercy of the gacha, so to speak. So I've been playing a lot of the free decks that they've provided, and doing pretty well. Like, I don't really have too much to complain about. I like the tribes a lot, even though it doesn't seem like they are intentionally making tribal. It's like, you'll have some that are like, hey, if you have soldiers, they benefit each other. But a lot of them are just your minions gain X, which is pretty good. Some of them are like, if you have another beast in play, the monkey gets trample, stuff like that. So, like, for the most part, it's not super heavy tribal. So out of the 2 colors, you can kind of play what you want. I do not know what the meta is. I feel like it's probably blue and black. It's probably control as far as it goes, because the minions seem a little slow. But I don't know. I haven't really played a whole lot of PvP yet. I've played a couple of matches just to get used to it. But that's it from me. Hopefully you guys give this a try, and we'll try and get a couple more videos out for it here and there just to see if you like it. All right, talk to you guys later.